Hi everybody, sorry for the lack of videos. I've had a really busy year and I just couldn't make any videos. This is my living room. This is when it had a concrete slab on it, which raised the floor and made the fireplace look shrunken. And that was the dining room where there was also this slab. So I had the slab removed, and underneath there was a quarry tile floor. I had some underfloor heating piped through to the dining room, but not not in the living room area. I decided to keep the quarry tile floor because it was breathable and it needed to be breathable. There was a lot of damp coming up through the floor, and I knew that if it had an impermeable sealant or an impermeable flooring put on top of it, or if it was dug up and a damp proof course was put down and an impermeable floor was created, I knew that the damp would come up the walls and the staircase again, which it had done before the concrete slab had been removed. So I decided to keep the floor, the quarry tile floor. It was a solid floor, it was level, it wasn't pretty, and it was very cold, and it had damp patches which made it look very dark in the winter, but it was a solid floor. And I do a lot of work, and I've got two dogs. I didn't need anything special, so it was good enough, and I decided to clean it up, smooth it down, fill in the gaps and paint it with masonry paint. Now, this is something that I could not find out about on the internet, although there were lots of people complaining about their quarry tile floors, complaining that they had damp patches on them, that they felt wet in the winter, but there weren't many solutions offered, and there was definitely no story about somebody who cleaned up the quarry tile floors and painted them with masonry paint. So it was an experiment, but I was prepared to give it a go, and so that's what I did. I filled in the gaps with some leftover grout that I had. I also used some lime plaster in my washroom, in my pantry. I used where the gaps were larger. I used some leftover lime green plaster, which worked really well. It's definitely been strong enough. That's obviously before I scrubbed it back again and cleaned it up. This is in the pantry. These are some slabs that I found, some stone slabs, very large stone slabs. I'm really glad that I left them there because they look really good now, and it's a really solid floor. It's you know, don't have to worry about anything spoiling it because it's really robust, and it looks really cottagey as well now. So I'm digging out all the gaps so that I could get enough grout in there for it to stay in. Now I'm cleaning it off again with kind of grout remover. Just get it off the surface. This new slab, a small slab at the back of the living room where the underfloor heating pipes were laid, was sloping away, so I levelled it off so that it was the same level as the quarry tiles. I put 2 coats of self-levelling floor compound on. And this is the start of the paint job. And what I found worked really well was to really dry the quarry tiles. This is my hot air gun, really getting them as dry as possible to make sure the paint adhered as well as it possibly could do. But I did find as long as it adhered first time initially, then it would stay put. The Santex masonry paint is breathable, so moisture can come up from the floor through the quarry tiles and through the paint, and evaporate, escape through the windows in the house and then the windows, but it's impermeable the other way, so liquid spilt on the floor can't go through into the floor. It just shows the difference. It was so ugly before, I absolutely hated it. There's really no point putting paint onto a wet floor because it just won't stick. Some areas look like they're still wet, but actually those are shiny bits, and I did actually find that the paint didn't stick to those shiny bits. So what I should have done was abrade those shiny patches. I have got some areas where, little pitted areas where the paint's come off, and that was where it was shiny. So at some point I will go back and I will put another coat of paint on, which is very easy to do. I can do it in an hour, clean the floor and then slap some more paint on, but before I do that I will make sure that I abrade the shiny areas where it's come off. This is just, I think it was one coat of Santex at this point. I'm really happy with it. It's easy to clean. I will be able to repaint it whenever I need to. It was very cheap, very quick to do, the painting at least, and it keeps the floor breathable, and I think it looks okay. I mean, it's not an ideal solution, but it was the only thing that I could think of that still allowed the floor to be breathable. But I'm really happy with it. It suits me, and the building seems to be happy with what I've done because I don't have any damp coming up the walls. Thanks for watching. I'll be back as soon as possible.